Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Lauren Kay Wyatt, your psychic, spiritual advisor, pet psychic, and transformational coach. Okay, so this Wisdom Wednesday, and by the way, Wisdom Wednesdays are our spiritual coaching accompaniment to the weekly predictions that I send my community every Friday. So if you're not on my mailing list already, please go sign up. You can do that on my website. All of that's in the description of this video. And when you do, you receive weekly psychic predictions for free every Friday to assist you in navigating your week with trust, love, and confidence. Okay, so back to Wisdom Wednesday. What we are connecting about today are these themes of detachment, of being the witness, and how this really is an opportunity to practice healthy boundaries. So before I go any further, it is amazing to have good boundaries. When we have good boundaries, we are really tuned into what we would like from other people, and we can also let them know what they can expect from us. And it's always a good way for you to be aware of what kind of terms you have in the relationships that you're in, what your expectations are. And when you're able to communicate those expectations, you can see if they're appropriate to the relationship or not. And you can also allow for more love and more feelings of well-being to come into your relationships when you're aware of what you would like, what you wouldn't like, and what you're willing to give and what you're not. For instance, in my business, one boundary that I set with myself is to not be on the computer as much, to not check or respond to emails, even with my VIP clients, unless it's an emergency situation. But this really assists us in cultivating this. It's a divine independence almost, where there's support and there's boundaries, which allows me to take care of myself more, and also sets an example for clients and lets them know what they can expect from me. It's really awesome, and I feel like it really up levels the work that we're doing together. So with all of this being said about healthy boundaries, it's also really important to be in a place of detachment. And here's something that I've run up against, what I've seen within me and my clients, is sometimes we can hear this word detachment, and we can go into the mistaken thinking that what that means is that we don't care about a situation, or we're lacking compassion for another person. And it's mistaken thinking, it's an illusion, it's not true. So it's okay if you feel that way about detaching, but it's also something for you to be aware of. So when I say detachment, what I mean is practicing this art of being the divine witness. So let's say somebody calls you to maybe, I don't know, complain about something. Or maybe there's something really stressful happening in the world. And believe me, with the intensity that we have, saying that something's really stressful, it might really feel like I'm downplaying it. But when there's a stressful situation, and when you feel the pressure of expectations coming on you about how to respond and what to do, or if you're very sensitive and empathic like me or a lot of my clients, the thing is you may feel the other person's emotions. It might feel really intense for you, and you might want to get in there and help them. Or if there's a stressful situation, you may just want to get in there and go for it. However, that is not always helpful. Like, there is a lot to be said about taking action and quote unquote being the solution to the problem. However, sometimes it can come from this messy place that lacks boundaries, and it can go into these patterns of just maybe not wanting to feel what's happening, maybe not wanting to see fully what's happening, but getting into old patterns of how you viewed and how you felt about these highly stressful situations and relationship dynamics. So when, let's say, somebody does call you to complain or someone's in fear, before you answer the call, check in with yourself on whether or not you have enough energy. Again, if you don't, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you are caring about yourself. And as we've talked about previously, we need to treat ourselves the way we want other people to treat us. So make sure that you really want to talk to that person. And this is a form of being honest. And when you're honest with yourself, it really, and when you're willing to act on that honesty, it really helps the relationship. Now, when you go to talk to the person, and it might be an uncomfortable conversation, make sure that you're in your energy, that you're grounded, and that you're ready. And when connecting with the other person, notice how you feel. Notice if your heart's beating, whatever's happening, and take a moment to kind of step away and to be the divine witness of the situation. Now, this is an art that you can practice in time. It may not happen right away. It may not happen in every conversation, but when you're not in the dynamic anymore, or when you're not in the stressful situation anymore, it's always a good idea to step away, to take a few deep breaths, and to kind of review what happened, and to be honest with yourself about how you felt, what your thoughts were in the conversation, and what your motivation was. And this helps you cultivate self-awareness, and it can also help you detach from the situation. So not being engulfed by the pain of what's happening. It's acknowledging it, feeling it, but also noticing that there are other perspectives, other data, if you will, for you to collect. So this is something that I would like for you to experiment with this week. You can start by checking in with yourself. If you feel triggered by other people or different situations or content that you come across, that's always a great opportunity to practice removing yourself, detaching, and really being honest with yourself about how you feel, the sensations in your body, the emotions and the thoughts, and recognizing that there's so much more to the situation than what you might be able to immediately see and perceive. So thank you for spending time with me today on Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Lauren Kay Wyatt, your psychic, spiritual advisor, pet psychic, and transformational coach. If you're on my mailing list already, you will receive your weekly predictions on Friday in the US on Friday morning. And I will also be in touch next week with another Wisdom Wednesday. And there's also a secret list that I have that gives you a daily psychic message every day. And you can find out more about that later on as well. So in the meantime, thank you. So much love to you.